Have you ever wondered how addiction to solo activities can shape your personality? It might be a question that makes you feel uneasy, but it's a discussion that needs to be had. For centuries, the topic of masturbation addiction has been shrouded in taboo, often whispered about only in hushed tones if acknowledged at all. But why? Why have we avoided discussing something so pervasive and potentially influential in our lives? Perhaps it's time we shed light on this topic. After all, understanding our bodies and our compulsions is a crucial step towards understanding ourselves. And who knows, our addiction to solo activities could be shaping our personalities in ways we've yet to comprehend. So, are you ready to challenge societal norms and satisfy your curiosity? Are you ready to delve deeper into the realm of self-pleasure addiction and its potential impact on our identities? Join us this exploration as we unfold the effects of masturbation addiction on our personalities. What happens in your brain when you excessively engage in self-pleasure? Let's investigate the science behind this. When you overindulge in self-pleasure, your body undergoes a sequence of physiological changes. The most crucial of these changes occur in your brain, often referred to as your body's control center, which releases an array of feel-good chemicals leading to pleasure and satisfaction. First, we have dopamine, reward chemical. Released when doing something you enjoy, dopamine plays a pivotal role in your brain's pleasure and reward system, encouraging enjoyable behaviors. When engaged in self-pleasure, your brain releases an overload of dopamine, causing intense feelings of joy and satisfaction. This surge can potentially lead to addiction. Next up, oxytocin, known as the love hormone. This chemical plays a significant role in and generating feelings of closeness. When released in excess due to over-self-pleasure, oxytocin can lead to a false sense of peace and contentment, contributing to addiction. Another key player is endorphins, your body's natural painkillers. In response to stress or discomfort, these are released, helping to alleviate pain and cause feelings of pleasure or euphoria. However, their overproduction can also contribute to addictive behaviors. These powerful chemicals, when in harmony, affect mood and overall well-being, creating an elevated mood state, often referred to as the post-orgasmic afterglow. This afterglow, when experienced excessively, can lead to an addiction to these chemicals. Intriguing, isn't it? The act of excessive self-pleasure is more than just physical sensations. It's a complex interplay of chemicals and reactions in your brain, all collaborating to create feelings of pleasure, which, when in excess, can lead to addiction. These pleasure-induced chemicals are crucial to understanding how masturbation addiction can shape your personality. Now let's proceed to explore how these changes can influence your personality in the context of addiction. Now let's connect the dots between pleasure and personality changes due to addiction. One of the most intriguing facets of our existence is how the brain can adjust and adapt, something we call neuroplasticity. Within this realm of neuroplasticity, we discover the intersection of pleasure and personality. When we pleasure, our brains produce a mixture of neurochemicals, with dopamine playing the starring role. Known as the feel-good hormone, dopamine is accountable for that rush of joy, that sense of reward we savor when we indulge in pleasurable activities. But here's the twist. If this dopamine release happens often, it can lead to actual changes in our personalities and can even cause addiction. Let's explore how this happens. Regular dopamine surges, for instance, during self-gratification, can bolster confidence. This is because dopamine is linked with feelings of achievement and reward. Over some time, these feelings can morph into a more self-assured personality. Dopamine also has a crucial role in controlling our mood. Regular dopamine spikes can lead to a generally elevated mood, making us feel happier and more positive, and this can show in our personalities as a more optimistic perspective on life. Lastly, dopamine is closely associated with our levels of motivation. It offers that push we need to chase our goals and ambitions. So, frequent dopamine surges can result in a personality that is more ambitious and goal-driven. However, it's crucial to remember, like most things in life, balance is vital. Excessive amounts of anything, even something seemingly beneficial like dopamine, can have negative effects. But more on that later. So you see, the frequent release of these pleasure chemicals can indeed shape your personality and even lead to addiction. It's a fascinating glimpse into the inner mechanics of our brains and a testament to the remarkable flexibility of the human mind. Let's discuss the negative impacts of masturbation addiction on personality. To begin with, masturbation addiction can be a significant source of stress. When you become dependent on this act, your body can start to crave the feel-good hormones like endorphins and oxytocin, causing you to feel restless and anxious when you're not able to engage in the act. In fact, a study from the University of Sydney suggests that men who masturbate excessively may face an increased risk of prostate-related issues due to the stress generated by addiction. Further, masturbation addiction can undermine your personality. How so, you might ask? Well, the answer is simple. Becoming overly dependent on self-pleasure to feel good can lead to feelings of guilt and shame, shaking your self-confidence and making you feel less comfortable in your own skin. This lack of self-assuredness can affect your interactions, both in and out of the bedroom. Next, we'll talk about the mood-damaging power of masturbation addiction. As we've mentioned, overdependence on self-pleasure can lead to anxiety and guilt, which negatively impacts mood. This can result in a more negative outlook on life and a generally less happy disposition. Lastly, masturbation addiction can hinder sexual satisfaction. By becoming overly reliant on self-pleasure, you can set unrealistic expectations for your partner during sexual encounters. This can lead to decreased sexual satisfaction, impacting your overall happiness and well-being. Moreover, it's important to note that these negative impacts are not limited to men. Women can also suffer from the stress, decreased confidence, mood swings, and satisfaction-hindering impacts of masturbation addiction. A study from the University of Texas even suggests that women who masturbate excessively may face lower self-esteem and less satisfaction with their sex lives. In conclusion, masturbation addiction is not just about sexual gratification. It's a potentially problematic activity that can have numerous negative effects on your personality and overall well-being. As you can see, masturbation addiction can have some pretty negative effects on your personality. But what about the potential positive impacts of overcoming addiction, you might wonder? Well, let's investigate that. Overcoming addiction, including excessive indulgence in self-pleasure, can lead to a wealth of beneficial outcomes. It can result in improved self-control. As one's brain adapts to less reliance on instant gratification, they might begin to appreciate the value of patience, perseverance, and long-term goals. This shift away from an incessant need for immediate pleasure can have a positive impact on various areas of one's life, cultivating resilience and fortitude. Another potential upside is a decrease in social anxiety. As an individual distances themselves from the trap of excessive self-pleasure and starts interacting more with the world, they may no longer prefer isolation. This can help alleviate feelings of loneliness, reducing the likelihood of developing social phobia. Now let's discuss relationships. Overcoming addiction can set the stage for more realistic expectations about sex, fostering healthier relationships. Individuals who have primarily experienced solo sexual encounters may find it challenging to comprehend the intricacies and compromises required in a sexual relationship with another person. Overcoming addiction can correct these skewed perceptions, encouraging healthier, more satisfying connections. The aim here is not to scare or induce guilt, but to highlight the potential benefits of curbing excessive behavior. Remember, self-pleasure is a standard, healthy aspect of human sexuality. It becomes only when it starts to encroach on daily life, social engagements, and personal relationships. That's when one might need to reconsider and seek help if required. In the end, it all comes back to one simple concept: consistency and perseverance. Just as you wouldn't finish off an entire cake in one go or spend every moment awake at the gym, it's crucial to treat self-pleasure with a sense of balance. It's about recognizing and honoring your body's needs and limits. Like most things in life, consistency is key. So how does overcoming masturbation addiction change your personality? An intriguing question, wouldn't you agree? We've explored the science behind the struggle, delved into the aftermath of conquering addiction, unpacked the negatives head-on. In essence, overcoming masturbation addiction can shape your personality in numerous ways. It can bolster self-confidence, improve mood, and even help in stress management. Yet, like anything in life, it's balance. Giving up an addiction can lead to a healthier lifestyle, but it's important to remember that it's just one part of a larger journey. The key takeaway? Overcoming addiction, a natural, healthy part of human growth. It's not something to be shamed or stigmatized, but it's equally important to approach it with mindfulness, understanding its effects on your personality, overall well-being. In the end, it's about understanding your body, its responses, and maintaining a healthy balance. Remember, understanding your body and its responses is the first step towards a healthy, balanced life.